Governor Jeb Bush is officially launching an exploratory presidential campaign. With just under 2 years before we have a new president, Jeb Bush on Twitter announced that he's excited. I'm actively exploring the possibility of running for president of the United States. You know, it's a little early, but he says in January, I also plan to establish a leadership pact that will help me facilitate a conversation with citizens across America to discuss the most critical challenges facing this exceptional nation. The pact's purpose will be to support leaders, ideals, and policies that will expand opportunity and prosperity for all Americans. In the coming months, I hope to visit with many of you and have a conversation about restoring the promise of America. Jeb, can you visit with us here at the Fowler Show? We'd love to have you. We have so much to talk about. I mean, let's talk about Common Core. Let's talk about immigration reform. Let's talk about raising the minimum wage. Hell, let's talk about stopping Wall Street intrusion onto Main Street. Jeb, we have so much to talk about. So I hope when you say you plan on talking to so many Americans, you'll stop right here at the youngest syndicated progressive radio show in the country and have a conversation with us about what young people really care about. How are you going to fix the $1.2 trillion student loan debt? How are you going to make college more affordable? How are you going to make sure that we all can live the American dream and own a home and own a car and have a white picket fence and 2.5 kids? How are we going to fix public education, Jeb? We want to know the answers. We want to know what you're going to do about corporate welfare. We also want to know what you're going to do about drilling. Even more importantly, we want to know how you're going to make sure that working families can make ends meet. And don't you say tax cuts, because we know your brother tried those and they didn't work. There's so much that we've got to talk about, Jeb. So why don't you pull up a chair? Because I know the Fowler Nation audience at home wants to talk to you, and we want to talk to you right here. So, Jeb, while you announce your candidacy to form an exploratory committee, we hope that you will take this one thing in mind. That the young people all across this country, we could care less about your family name, and we could care more about what you're going to do to make sure that you uplift American families. You make sure families stay together and not apart. And you make sure a family isn't defined by what it says in a book written 2,000 years ago, but a family is defined with the love that we have in our hearts. Jeb, we want to know what you're going to talk. We want to know what you think about police accountability. We want to know what you think about racism in America. Jeb, we want to know. We want to have a conversation with you about excessive police force. There's so much we want to talk about, Jeb. There's so much we've got to talk about, and hopefully your leadership pack will talk about those issues too. But if you are going to run the same old mundane campaign that your father ran in 1988 and your brother ran in 2000 and 2004, we have news for you. America's young people plan on sitting at home. America's young people plan on voting for somebody else. America's young people plan on voting for a candidate that gets it. And sadly, Jeb, we hope you get it, but right now we're really unsure. We'll be right back after this break. Don't go anywhere.